All right, 15 minutes before the top of the hour now. A little over 90 minutes from now, President Obama will mark the ninth year since the 9/11 attacks. Today, he'll make a speech at the Pentagon. That's as First Lady Michelle Obama and former First Lady Laura Bush are in Pennsylvania, the site of the crash of Flight 93.
Meanwhile, Mike Emanuel joins us from the Pentagon, where a plane crashed into that building just 9 years ago today. Good morning to you, Michael.
Well, good morning, Steve, Brian, Gretchen. It is a beautiful, peaceful morning here just across from the Pentagon, similar to the way it was 9 years ago. Remember the day very well. A lot of people showed up for work at the Pentagon that day before American Airlines Flight 77 slammed into the side of the building on this side of the building. If you look at the building right now, it is very peaceful. It looks very much like the Pentagon did on this day 9 years ago before the impact of the plane. As we look at this anniversary, the president will be coming over here a little later this morning for a wreath laying, for a moment of silence, and also to give some remarks. Religion has been so much in the news recently with the mosque situation in New York, the threatened Quran burning in Florida, and the president's message has been tolerance. Take a listen.
I think it is absolutely important now for the overwhelming majority of the American people to hang on to that thing that is best in us. A belief in religious tolerance, clarity about who our enemies are. Our enemies are Al-Qaeda and their allies who are trying to kill us, but have killed more Muslims than just about anybody on earth.
So we will hear from the president once again a little later this morning. I got to tell you guys, I was here 9 years ago today. I have not been back to this side of the building since then, and the emotions that come back being here, thinking of the people who were lost in the building, the people who were lost on the flight, and obviously at the other locations that were affected. It's really quite striking. I spent probably a couple of years of my professional career inside the building talking about the response to 9/11, but to be back out here, it really it's hard to describe. Back to you.
It is hard to describe, and it's hard to believe it has been 9 years already. All right, Michael, we thank you very much.
Mike, they rebuilt that so rapidly, especially compared to what we're looking at with the World Trade Center. That's even surprising to you, I imagine.
Absolutely, Brian. I mean, it was, burning and smoking 9 years ago today. And when you think about what the Pentagon had to do after 9/11 happened, I mean, to respond to the attacks, wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, and they rebuilt this in a hurry. They rebuilt the memorial in a hurry, and it should be really a first-class remembrance later this morning when the president is here.
All right, sure. Mike Emanuel live for us outside the Pentagon. Thanks for sharing those personal thoughts as well.
Of course, here in New York, with the rebuilding of the World Trade Center site, you had all those municipalities and the government bureaucracies, because you had the Port Authority that owned the ground, and then you got the state of New York, you got the city of New York. It's been a long trip.
Well, he led New York and the country through the September 11th attacks. Former Mayor Rudy Giuliani joins us at the top of the hour.
And a woman is fired, and months later, a dating site sets her up with the boss who fired her. And guess what? They're now married.
You're kidding.
No way.
That sounds like a reality show.
Have you tried Honey Bunches of Oats with real strawberries? Wow.
It's seriously strawberry.
They're everywhere.
It's in the bunches, on the flakes, even real strawberries in the mix.
Can I have some more?
Honey Bunches of Oats with real strawberries.
It's delicious.
Nobody does it quite like us.
Whoa, this is not the number we talked about.
That's our phone number.
No surprise pricing is one thing that makes Pearle Vision different. And here's something else. Buy a pair of eyeglasses or prescription sunglasses, and we'll give you another pair free. Visit PearleVision.com for a store near you.
In this business, you have to know what's going on in real time. It's all about trust. Knowing when to speak up.
Hang on just a second, Zach. That wind's changed on us. We got to go with the little 6 right now.
Yeah, I agree.
When you trust the advice you're getting, you know your next move is the right move.
Perfect.
This is the power of being understood. This is McGladrey. Don't miss the McGladrey Classic, October 7th through 10th.
Tonight, starting at 7, it's a special Fox Report with Shepard Smith. Then don't miss an all-new Huckabee, followed by 9/11, Timeline of Terror. Tonight.
58 different individuals are using
absolutely using my old Social Security number. My credit score just went out the window.
Identity theft can be devastating. That's why LifeLock is proactive protection, working to help stop identity theft before it happens.
And the biggest difference is stopping it before it starts.
LifeLock's exclusive identity alert system goes beyond mere credit monitoring, which only alerts you after the theft. With LifeLock, it's like having a digital fingerprint. If a new application doesn't match you, we send an alert. And if needed, we help fix the identity theft. Don't wait another minute. Call now. Go with the industry leader. Join LifeLock and get alerts to important information, a $1 million service guarantee, plus a team of identity theft protection specialists. Enroll now and get 10% off your enrollment for you and your entire family with today's special offer. Call today and mention ID Alert or go to lifelock.com.
Boy toy just planted that murder weapon. You don't believe that, do you? That he's my boy toy?
Wednesday. What do we call ourselves, private investigators?
Who are we bugging? The cops. Sweet. That kind of smell an opportunity.
Is that what that smell is?
You lifted a fugitive alert from my office.
Once we're on a case, man, we never quit. That didn't go as well as expected.
Terriers, all new Wednesday, only on FX.
Well, a cute story for you now. When Kelly Irish went online looking for love, she never would have guessed where the search would lead her. It turns out an unlikely connection with her former boss, who fired her, ended with happily ever after. They're with us to share this incredible story this morning. Kelly Irish O'Keefe and her husband, Casey O'Keefe, join me from Tampa, Florida. Good morning to the newlyweds.
Well, good morning to you.
All right, so this is one of those stories you hear about it and you go, no way could this be true. So Kelly, tell me what happens. You go for an interview at Casey's company, which is the West Winds Assisted Living Center. What happens there? You end up being an employee, but not for long.
I was only employed for about 3 months, and during that time I only actually saw him in person maybe 3 or 4 times. I think the 4th time I ever saw him in person was the day that he fired me.
All right, so you get fired, you're trying to find another job, and in the meantime you're like, well, maybe I should, spice up my love life as well. So you go onto an online service, and who do you figure out is your perfect match?
Casey. He showed up as the top match within my area. We live in a really small town, and I was pretty appalled, so I turned off the computer for a while.
All right, so Casey, you got a big job in front of you. Here's this wonderful woman who's supposedly your perfect match, who you have fired. What did you do to get her back into your life?
Well, she actually... Did I approach you first?
Nope.
Okay.
I contacted him first.
She contacted me and basically said we needed to get along. I couldn't figure out why she was being so nice to me. And she's like, this is a small town. We need to be able to get along. And if we can't get along, you need to move. And so right then and then, I asked her out on a date, and she accepted. So I figured, what's the worst that could happen?
Well, something great happened. I mean, the two of you ended up getting hitched, right?
Yes.
That's right.
1 week ago today.
Wow. So look at these great photos. Are you in a kilt?
Yes. My residents, we have some good old Irish residents here, and they more or less demand that I wear a kilt, and I'm all about having fun. So I managed to get a kilt at the last minute from Scottish Dunedin, and we got the mayor to do our ceremony. He's known for wearing his kilt. So we had fun with it.
Wow, what a special day. Now, Kelly, I understand that you're back employed. Why don't you tell everyone where you're actually employed now?
Well, I started out as the activities director, and I am now the marketing and the business and the admissions director there.
Back at your husband's company that fired you.
Right, exactly.
Well, I'll tell you,
and we work side by side.
Marrying the boss who fired you is one way to get your job back.
Well, actually, when he hired me back, we were not dating at that point. We had broken up for a small time.
Yet another twist.
And during that time, yeah, another twist. We broke up on Valentine's Day, and he hired me back about 2 weeks later, and I had to go through the whole interview process all over again. And within a month of him hiring me back, we started dating again, and then it was kind of sealed there.
All right, fair and square, she got her job back the right way. Kelly Irish O'Keefe
That's
and
right.
Casey O'Keefe, great talking with you today. Thanks so much for sharing your story.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good luck. Well, an entire neighborhood leveled by that massive explosion out in California, but investigators still unable to get close enough to the source of the blast to find the answers. The latest on the San Bruno blast right when we come back. Plus, it was a night of star power and music, all for a good cause. Celebs come together to stand up for cancer.